Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students and good morning. Welcome back to the class. In this class we are going to learn new things from previous chapter. In the last class we have started a new chapter and we would continue rest of the part of that chapter in today's class. So let's start. In our last class, we have started our chapter that was working of computer, in which we have learned how computers work. We know that computers work through a proper channel. This is your chapter number 3 and it is on page number 8. We know that computer works by input, process, output and storage, from which we have learned in our last class the input and the process. Now rest of the two steps would be taught in this class. So let's begin. Do you know why do we select or choose computer to do our work? Why can't we do our work without computer? Because computer has number of characteristics which are very helpful to make our task easier. So we can say that computer is versatile, it has storage, it has speed, accuracy is there, no IQ is there. Diligence, no feelings is there. It is logical, it makes the logical decisions according to the fact or data which we give to our computer. It has automation as well. So as we have learned that computer has been given a number of abilities, that is why computers are widely used in this modern world. It is used in education field, business, hospitals, banking, government offices, home, marketing, and students also use computer for their studies as well. As you can take the example of the situation from which we are suffering from, that we are at homes and we are learning. How we are learning? We are learning through computing technologies like mobile, computer, laptops, etc. So computer works in almost every field, and the work of computer or working of computer has some steps which we are going to learn, from which we have learned two of the steps and we will learn two more steps in this class. All the computers in all these fields work through same channel, that input, process, output, storage. So let's start. As in this chapter we are learning about working of computer, we know that computer works through a proper channel, through a proper way, and that way has some of the steps. These steps include input, process, storage, output. Okay, as the yellow portion is going on, so you can see the sequence of it: input, process, output. Many of the times you will see only these three things together. You will not find storage, because storage is something that is in computer, that is present in this whole process, but sometimes you will only see these three things, because input is giving something to the computer. Process means this input or the data which we have given to our computer, that would be converted into more readable form which human can read, and then we can get the result. Okay, we can get the result of the fact or data which we have given to our computer. And what the storage is doing, it is storing our data, it is making our data safe for the future use as well. Now we're gonna learn these two steps one by one in this lecture, as we have learned about input and process in our previous lecture. So here we go. The next step which we are going to learn is output. As the word shows, out means getting out of something, Okay, like input, we were giving something to our computer, some data, some facts, so that was input. Now whatever we have given, we will get the result of that. Okay, that would be output. So how can we define it in simple words? Output is the third step. First step was input, second was process, and the third step of working of computer is output. What is it basically? Output means to get the result or information after processing. It means getting the result or information. And when it happens after processing. First we give something or some data to our computer, that is input. Okay, then that data is converted, that data is processed by CPU. That is the second step. After processing, we get the result of whatever we have given. Okay, so that result or information which we get after processing, that is output. Output devices convert the machine code into human readable form. You know, machine understands, or computer understands machine code. Okay, there is a computer language we will learn in the separate chapter in detail. So here we are not going to the depth of this word. Okay, simply we must know that output devices convert the machine code into human readable form. And here is the example of output device. It's a movie maker. What happens? First of all, we give some recordings to this machine. Okay, that recording is input. Now this machine process that recording into a form so it can be displayed. Okay, so what happens, it can display the recording into bigger screen. So this device is working as output because we are getting the result due to this machine. So simply we can say that an output device is any piece of computer hardware equipment which converts the information into human readable form. It can be text, it can be graphics, it can be audio, it can be video as well. Output, simply it is defined as act of producing something. The amount of something that is produced or the process in which something is delivered. An example of output is the electricity produced by power plants. If we take example of this word other than computer, so electricity is generated by power plants. So electricity is the output. Okay, because this is the result. Okay, an output is something that shows the result after processing. Okay, so here we go to the next step. Before that, we are going to have some of the example of output devices. Let's have a look at them. Here are some of the examples of output devices. The best examples are monitor, printer, speaker, headphones, projector. How the monitor is output device? Because it shows the data or result. Okay, we give data to our computer, that is input, and that is displayed on our screen on the monitor. So monitor is an output device. Likewise, if we type something in our through our computer, so we can get the print of that thing or document through printer. So printer is giving us the result or information. So printer is an output device. Speaker just gives the result of the sound. We can hear the sound of computer due to the speakers. So speakers are giving the result or information. Okay, so that is output device. Likewise, headphones give us sound. Okay, so this is the output device, and projector is also the output device. Sometimes we connect computer or USB to the projector, that is working as input device, but in the machinery it is processing. But through projector we can get the bigger screen due to this lens. Okay, so basically projector is showing something. So it is showing something and it is giving output or result or information. That is why the projector is output device. Here comes the last step of working of computer, and that is storage. What is it? Storage is the fourth step, as we know. It means to store data or information permanently on secondary storage media. How? Simply, the word storage is very simple to understand, putting and keeping of things in a special place for use in the future. If we talk about storage generally, so we can store many kinds of things, many kinds of goods, and different technologies, but here we are concerned with computer. So what kind of thing we can store, or we can make the memory of our computer? Okay, so here is an example in front of you, that if we take the example of man may forget the information stored in his mind. Sometimes we forget the things which are in our mind, we forget the moments as well. But if we talk about computers, computer stores a large amount of information and never forgets it. Large amount of information can be stored in the computer, and that can never be deleted until we delete it ourselves. Okay, so there are storage devices which are used in computer, in which we can make our memory, we can keep our data which will be stored and we can use that data in future as well. As we know that storage is a process through which digital data is saved within the data storage devices by means of computing technology. Storage is a mechanism that enables a computer to retain data either temporarily or permanently. Storage may also be referred as computer data storage or electronic data storage. So if we talk about storage, the word storage means to store something. Here you can observe that in a box we are keeping some smaller box. They will occupy the physical space. Okay, they will occupy some physical space, but when we talk about a computer, so computer does not occupy, the data in the computer does not occupy the physical space. Okay, computers are designed to have space in MBs or GBs, which we know. When we save some data, so we can see how much space do we have in our computer. Okay, so this is how computer stores data, and how it stores the data because of the storage devices in computer. What kind of storage devices are there and how can we use them? We can know it further. So here comes some of the examples of storage devices. There are two types of storage devices used with computers. One is primary storage device, another is secondary storage device. Primary storage device has the example as RAM, random access memory, and second storage devices such as hard drive. Okay, so but we will not discuss them here in detail. That would be discussed in separate chapter. And here are, you can see here, you have to only memorize that these storage devices can store your data permanently. Okay, so these devices let you save and store files for future use. We can keep our data or facts or information in these devices, and we can use it in future, so we can cover all the data which we have saved in it. So here we end up our chapter, that is working of computer. What kind of things we have learned in this chapter? We have learned that how computer does work, and computer can perform a lot of tasks at a time. Okay, but through a proper channel or system. That system has few of the steps. The first is input, the second is process, the third is output, and the fourth one is storage. Okay, we have taken the examples, and what you have to do now, you have to read your chapter properly. You are going to underline the important lines, and with this You are going to do your written work as well. That would be given through assignments. So thank you so much. Take care. We shall meet in the next class. Bye bye.